precisely. Two best buds, precisely. Drinking beer and talking about stuff, precisely. Bo and Tony, precisely. Playing and reviewing games, precisely.
How's it going, everyone? This is Precisely Podcast number 7.
Number 7, guys.
How are you, Tony?
Good. How are you, Bo?
I am doing well, and we have a special guest on, Kelly, at Highway to Kel.
Yo, yo, yo.
How's everything with you, Kelly?
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's amazing. We are excited to have you on to Precisely.
I am precisely excited to be here.
I am precisely excited that you are here. So, let's get into the beer, because that's what we do best here.
We have a huge variety today.
Huge variety. Shout out to Mr. Hooks for hooking it up with a bunch of Vermont beer.
Is that his actual name, or it's
That's
his Instagram handle?
Instagram handle.
Does he have hooks for hands? Because it sounds like
No.
he does.
No, but that would be cool.
That would be awesome.
Especially if he had one hook. No, his name's Ian Hooker.
Oh,
He's
nice.
not a hooker. That's just his last name.
Okay.
Well, thank
Good
you,
guy.
Mr.
Yeah.
Hooks.
So we started off with one of his favorites. It's a Focal Banger by the Alchemist. It weighs in at 7%. It says, drink from the can, with exclamation marks around it. But we are drinking it in a glass so we can all share it. So what do you guys think? Have you tried it?
No, I didn't try it.
I'm
Well,
about
try
to.
it. Try it. Let us know.
It has a 4.5 rating out of 5.
That's really good.
So 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Sounds even better.
Well, it smells really good. I like that smell. It's very fresh.
Yum.
Yeah, it's good.
This is like my favorite beer that I've had on the podcast.
Yeah, this is good.
I don't think it's that special, honestly. But
It's a New England IPA.
yeah,
It's a good, clean, refreshing taste.
definitely clean. I would probably take a bath in it.
So the back of the can says, this beer is brewed using Citra and Mosaic hops and our favorite British malts. Truly an abundance of hoppy goodness. Freshness and control have always been my main concern when it comes to our beer. We are committed to providing you with an unfiltered and unpasteurized hop experience. Why do I recommend that you drink it from the can? Quite simply to ensure a delightful hop experience. The act of pouring it in a glass smells nice, but it releases the essential hop aromas that we have worked so hard to retain. If you must pour it into a glass, you may find that some of the hop resins have settled on the bottom. Leave them in the can while pouring. This beer is perishable and at its best when it is young, fresh, and hazy. Keep it cold, but not ice cold. Drink this beer today, you could be dead tomorrow. I like that ending.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. So, let's talk video games. Or do you want to talk topics?
Oh, let's do some video games.
Okay. What have you been playing?
I'm still stuck in God of War.
Yeah.
I'm not stuck, but I'm just
You were a little stuck when I
obsessing over it.
came over yesterday.
Yeah, but I figured it out.
I helped you, though.
Yeah, a little bit. So that, I tried Tetris 99, not impressed.
I hate you.
Dude, I grew out of Tetris when I was like 6 years old,
Yeah. Nobody grows out of Tetris.
except me.
I guess.
What are you playing?
A lot of Tetris 99, actually. I am in love with it. I am addicted to it. I played it the other day for the first time and literally played it until my Switch battery almost died. I was like, okay, I need to charge this. I was playing it in handheld mode, which to me is the best way to play it. I mean, you can zone out like listening to a TV show while playing the game. And I got up to 5th or 6th place. And it felt damn good. And that's why I like it, Tony. And that's probably why you don't like it, because you suck
Yeah, because
at
I finished
Tetris.
in like 76th place.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding.
Well,
and I was surprised I got that.
At least
low.
you're not 99th place.
Yeah.
Because if you're having a bad day, think about the people that are 99th in Tetris 99. You fucking suck. You probably shouldn't own a Switch. stop with video gaming and jump off a bridge.
Or you know what? Let's be positive. You got to practice to get better. So
Yeah, but if you're
don't kill yourself, just keep playing.
If you are 99th, like you need to reevaluate your life.
No, you just have to play a little bit more, or don't play Tetris.
I hope you're blind if you're 99th.
This has been Real Talk with Bo.
Yes. Sorry. Sometimes I can be an asshole. It's all right. So yeah, loving Tetris 99. You know how I mentioned Strider 2 on the last podcast? I picked that up. I got that in the mail and didn't really know what to expect with it. It's an arcade-like, fast-paced beat 'em up, and it's so much fun. I literally went through the game and beat it in less than a half an hour. Did I do good? No. It ranks you, essentially, how fast you beat it, how many times you died, all that. So I was rank E. Not good. But then I unlocked a new character that is more powerful. So I went back with it and played it through again and was getting like rank D. So in that sense, like I improved, but it's definitely a game that you can beat it in a half an hour. There's multiple levels. Each level's like 2 minutes long, and you just, I guess, try not to die at all to get a better ranking and try to beat each level in like 30 seconds, I guess. Literally, you're running through levels just killing things.
Right on.
It's a lot of fun. It's a 2D side-scroller beat 'em up. How about you, Kelly?
I've got a pretty heavy rotation of stuff. I don't just stick to one.
Well, let's
hear
them.
it. Let's
Yeah.
dive in.
Here we go. Let's crack open a book. So I just all my time was in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I just finished that last night at like 1 a.m.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. Feels good. Glad to be here. I'd like to thank the Academy. I sunk so much time into that. Like my whole day today has just been at that point when you finish a game and you're sitting there and you're like, oh God, what am I going to do next?
Yeah.
Like, so that's where I was sitting and I was like, oh no, I have to go and talk about like what I'm going to do with like video gaming. What am I going to say? And here I am like having an existential video game crisis about what to play next.
Yeah. And that to me is like one of the hardest parts is playing a game, being so invested into a game, putting your whole time, heart, energy into it, and then it's over and you're like, I can't get a better game than this, you know, because you loved it that much, and obviously you loved it if you beat it already.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
I
the same
agree.
thing for me with like Breath of the Wild or Wind Waker. You know, beating those games, I'm like, what the hell do I play? And you start thinking about the other games that you beat and you're like, should I go back to one of those games that made me feel like this, you know? But there's a lot of games out there.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't 100% it yet, so I do want to go back and like get all the lucky emblems and like all the chests and stuff. I got a good amount of it on the first like just like run through of it without going back and like looking for stuff per se, and just like playing straight through the story. So that's definitely going to be still on the docket. I play a lot of like multiplayer and stuff during the week when I don't have a lot of time after work. I play a lot of Overwatch, so that's always running.
How is that like nowadays? Because
So-
that's an older
So
game,
yeah,
right?
I've actually been playing it for like probably I got it a couple months after it came out, so almost the entirety of the life of the game right now. And you know, there's ups and downs with every multiplayer online game and stuff like that. You know, like there's the good parts everybody's going to talk about, like, oh, I'm back when this hero was, you know, had this ability and, you know, wasn't buffed or nerfed or whatever the case may be with whatever they needed. And now, like, it's just fun to get on and, like, play a couple rounds. Like, I can sink, like, an hour into it. I can sink 2 hours into it. And at no time do I feel like I'm invested. Like, okay, I've got to play through this to get to this part before I can be done tonight. I can just be like, oh, I gotta go, I gotta call it, I can be done, and I can just hang it up, which is nice. Like, I like that, and that's, you know, like something I've always liked having in my back pocket. Like, you know,
Absolutely.
back when like Black Ops and stuff was out, like when I was in college and things like that, it was good to just sit there and be like, oh, I can do a couple of rounds online before I go to class, you know, because I don't have that much time. So that's what I do during the week. I love playing that. Like, it's just fun, you know, but I know some people don't like it, but I haven't had a game keep my attention for that long that doesn't have a campaign. So that's definitely saying something about that game.
I didn't realize there wasn't a campaign.
No, there's no campaign. All the lore is like online, like comic books and stuff. It's weird, but
and it's a game that the makers, it's Blizzard, right?
Yeah, it's Blizzard.
They keep updating it, right? So
yeah. So
are they making new levels for it?
Yeah, so actually they just released a new level. They have a Paris map out now. So each map, you play at, they put a different one out every once in a while. I don't know their time frame of it, but they just put Paris out this week. They come out with new heroes every once in a while. So you have probably 5 or 6 of each different kind, DPS and tanks and supports and all that stuff. So you have
What's a DPS?
So basically run and gun shooting, going in and
that would be me.
Yeah.
So what's a tank then?
The person that just can take all the damage and just you could either have a shield or you're just holding down it's a lot of it's capture the flag or capture a payload. So you're pushing a cart of stuff down through a map and you have to keep control of it. So you need somebody who can stay on that point and keep control of it. So you need somebody with a lot of health, somebody with shields to shield your team. It's a lot of team comp stuff. And I have a good group of friends that I play with. So it's a six person team versus 6-person team. So if we have a good amount of people. So at any point in time, we have 4 to 6 people. So if you're working together already, it's easy for you to come in and be all right, well, we can do this. Whereas if you're playing with random people, sometimes they're not as nice and they won't make a well-balanced team. And then you get frustrated and people throw the game and whatever. But
it sounds interesting. Have you ever played, Tony?
It's fun.
No, I've never played it, but it sounds really strategic, I guess, and you definitely would want a nice tight group to play with,
Yeah, it makes or breaks, honestly. A lot of it, a lot of people I know that didn't like it is because they didn't have some amount of people to play with. If you're playing with yourself, if you're playing by yourself, it's gonna be frustrating because you're gonna get random people all the time and a lot of people don't have mics or won't communicate effectively.
That you need mics.
Yes, it pretty much is. Or people, then there are people who just shout things. It's basically the worst of Call of Duty. You remember that
that does not
being
sound
by
fun.
yourself. You could I just remember that terrible people being terrible on mic chats to you and just being you're garbage.
That was me. Definitely, that was
no
me.
shame. He's calling himself out. No shame.
I suck at Tetris, and I'm gonna make you feel bad.
He's on Tetris 99 chat. Oh man, screw you guys.
Wait, can you do the Nintendo Switch chat?
I have no idea.
With Tetris
no
99?
idea.
You can't do it for
Are you
all
gonna
the
talk
games
to the
in it.
blocks or
No,
Well,
talk to the 99
That
people.
would be a mess.
That would be insane. I would just bump techno music.
Yeah,
the
I
whole
don't
time.
even want to try that.
Oh, you'd be that person in the lobby who's queuing up. They've got their Skrillex going.
Yep, not Skrillex, but something else.
Oh my god.
Darude,
oh my
Sandstorm.
God. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Sandstorm the whole time.
That's wild.
Yeah, that'd be me. What else have you been playing?
So another online multiplayer I play a little bit of, Sea of Thieves, which is actually pretty fun. You don't have Xbox, you do PlayStation, but that's an Xbox exclusive. It's pretty it's just, I don't know, you just get to be a pirate and sail around and do pirate stuff, which is just cool in itself.
Yeah, I love pirates.
So,
That sounds cool.
so it's fun. Again, that's also something that's fun if you have a group of 4 to play with and just kind of explore the open sea and go look for treasure. It literally is just you fulfilling any kind of pirate fantasy you ever had.
Are there mermaids?
Yes.
Okay.
There's
I like
krakens,
mermaids.
Yeah, I
there's
like
mermaids.
Yeah, we know you like mermaids.
They
Mermaid
save
fucker.
your life.
Oh, really? Because I guess they used to be, they would kill sailors, right? That was the myth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
They would draw you into the sea and then you would drown.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun stuff. So I actually heard that Sea of Thieves had an update where you had to delete it and reinstall the whole thing. Have you done that?
Nope, that didn't happen to me. So
all right.
false news. I don't know.
Maybe.
That didn't
I don't
happen
know.
to me. So I don't know if it happened to somebody else. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Well, no, it was
But-
the company said
Oh.
hey, you gotta.
I haven't had any issues with it. I don't play a lot I'll play it like maybe once a week or once every couple weeks, and I don't have any issues with it.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's in my like rotation during the week of just like if I have time to just pop on in the evenings after work to play something.
Do you have a PlayStation 4?
I do, but I don't pay for the PSN stuff because I do Xbox Live because most of the people I game with have Xbox.
Okay.
So I just can't justify paying for 2 different subscription services.
Yeah.
For the same thing.
And I'm such
basically.
a one-player like RPG
Mm-hmm.
player that for some reason I bought the PSN network subscription because
For
of Red Dead
Yeah.
Online. I think I told Tony to buy it too.
Yeah, so we both bought it. How many times did we play it?
Once.
Yeah.
Once or twice, yeah.
Yeah. And I regret it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't even download the free games. Like I never even think about it.
I didn't know there was free games.
Oh yeah. Every
Now
month
you
there's
know.
new free games.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And
So you
knowing
should
is
check.
half the battle.
Yeah.
Tetris 99.
For PlayStation 4.
No.
Just what I want, another Tetris game to not play.
Well, now I know that was a lousy gift for you. for
Yeah, I still
Christmas.
have a sealed inbox Tetris effect. Yep. So
Sell
if
it.
anyone wants that, hit me up.
Damn.
Ooh.
That was a gift.
Ooh.
Screw you.
Yeah, but let's see. On my weekends when I have some more time, I'll play more of like my retro stuff. Or like more of I've been playing a lot of Switch stuff too. So like,
What's your favorite game for the Switch?
I've been really, you know this, but I've been really just digging that Katamari. Like
Oh, yeah?
I've been on that. I've been rolling
So
on that
good.
for a while.
So good.
It's fantastic. It's just such a great game, and then having it on the Switch is just so much fun. But I've been playing that a lot. And I'm working on the new Super Mario
How do you like that?
Deluxe. I mean, it's the port.
Yeah.
You know, I had it on Wii U, so I'm no stranger to it. But I love Mario games in the simplest terms, like, you know, go through world by world, go through level by level, and beat each and get to your castles. And I love that format, so I like it.
It just
but-
seemed way too simple for me.
Yeah,
It seemed
yeah.
like Super Mario Run, like for the
Mhm.
cell phone.
Yeah, I can see that. But I mean, at the same time, like, they have to market some of that Mario stuff too.
They don't have to.
They don't have to.
They don't have to.
It's like, no, screw the children.
They have Kirby games
I-
for that. They have Yoshi games for that. They do not need to do that to Mario.
Don't be so greedy, man. Let them have Mario if they want it.
The
I
children
need Mario.
The
I
children
want
need
Mario.
Mario. Come on.
They do, but seriously, like make a hard mode or something. And I also heard that the Luigi game is a little bit harder than the Mario
The
game.
Luigi game is a little harder. But then they also made like those characters that you could switch out, so it's super easy. I guess there's your kid mode, but I can
It's
see.
easy with Mario.
All
It,
right,
it was
all
so
right.
simple. I don't know.
Hardcore gamer Bo.
I don't know.
You heard
I
it
like
here.
a challenge. Jump off a bridge. Seriously, I want to meet someone that got 99th place that was actually trying. And then I'd be like, no. I'd just walk away from them. Spit on their shoes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I pulled out my Switch today, though, like handheld mode, and I haven't done that for a while. It felt great. I realized like why I like it so much.
That's all I play it in is handheld mode.
Yeah.
I swear, that's it. Like, it's
mine
just,
hasn't been hooked up since
Yeah.
we've
Yeah,
been
you
to
lost your
Baltimore.
cord or what?
No, I found it today.
Oh, okay.
It was on my table downstairs.
It's just so
Yeah.
easy to put like something on the TV and then just sit and play and lose yourself in a game and have something on the background, or like if somebody else is doing something and you need to play a game because you're, you know, just fiending for it. You got the itch.
Yeah.
Got the itch.
You
I
can
always
just
have
go
the
ahead
itch.
and sit there while they have the television and you got your Switch
Yep.
and you're good to go.
That's how
But-
my wife and I do it.
Yeah.
She'll watch her shows. I'll just play handheld. Good.
Yep. But yeah, I've also done some Tetris 99 as we've talked about it a little bit before we started up. I like Tetris, but I'll get like I'll place like mid of the match, so like 50s, 60s, you know, somewhere in there. And then I'll play another game like, oh, I can do better than that, and I'll place at the same number or like one away or something like that. And I'll do that for like 5 matches, and I'll be like, well, this is dumb.
Yeah.
And I'll stop. And then I'll come back like a couple hours later, like, let's try this again. But it's just like, if I don't see any immediate gratification, I'm like, I'm done. So
And I think
it's fun, but
that's
it's
like
just,
the addicting part about it is
Yeah.
if you keep getting better, you just want to keep playing.
Yeah.
Like I got up to 5th or 6th place, and then I got like 20th place. I was like, all right, now I'm done. Like if I can't do better right away, then I don't want to play it. But that's me being competitive.
Yeah, I think it's just I just get frustrated when I sit at the same spot and I don't see any increase or decrease. I'm just sitting at
Yeah.
the same spot and I'm like, well, all right, I'm not doing any. I don't know.
You're just
I'm sitting there.
staying
I'm
50th
stagnant.
place.
I don't want to be stagnant.
No, nobody does. That's like lukewarm water.
Yep. I am
Doesn't do
just
anything.
lukewarm Tetris right now, and
Oh,
I want to
boy.
be boiling.
So I'm going to ask you similar questions to what I asked our guests last week, Tyler.
Tyler.
What up, Tyler? Shout out to you. We loved you. But anyway, what's the first game you remember playing?
The first game I remember playing, and I don't know what year it is. I don't know. Like I remember I was like probably early elementary school, so I'm assuming like 5 or 6. I went out and I was visiting some family in California, and we were out and we went to my aunt and uncle's neighbor's house, and I didn't know anyone. And, you know, you're like 6 and parents just throw you in a room with a bunch of other kids, like, have a good time. My sister and I are in there like, all right, cool. I don't know any of these children.
Yeah.
Also, I'm like 3,000 miles from my house, and there was an NES set up. And I remember like sitting and watching all these kids take turns playing Duck Hunt and like playing Duck Hunt. And I like got in on a round, and I had never played Duck Hunt before. I'd never played anything. I just remember being like, wow, just like sitting there watching it and playing a couple rounds of it. And
that's such a great starter game for
it
anyone.
it was a good, like, I just remember like watching it happen, and like even though I wasn't playing it, I was invested in like watching it, because you could see them like moving their arm and like where they were gonna shoot. And so that's the first game I remember playing.
And it's a great game. Have you
Yeah.
ever played Duck Hunt, Tony?
I think I played Duck Hunt before, but not, well, I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I definitely know what it is.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't? Hopefully
There's
you
the
do.
little dog.
There is a
Or
dog,
maybe it's
yeah.
not little, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
regular
he
sized
shows
dog.
up.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
bloodhound.
And then there's ducks, and you shoot them. Yeah, he riles up the ducks. And then
Yeah.
You pop. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like real life.
Yeah.
If you like miss all the ducks.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's
So-
cool.
What's you're a big collector. I follow you on Instagram at
Oh, really?
Highway to Cal. So I always thought it was Highway Toke L. like you're token on something on the highway,
Dude, I
and
never
you're a
thought
little
of it
Spanish.
that way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I
That's
say
an-
things weird.
He
all
has
the time.
a hard time, like,
Oh my
breaking down
God.
Instagram names.
I mean, I do too, but I never broke my own into that format. I remember sitting there like, okay, what play on words can I make from my name for an Instagram handle
Yeah.
/ a Twitter handle / whatever other handle I ever needed. And I had a sheet of notebook paper, and I wrote out every possible pun with my name in it, and was like going through it, and it's like, all right, let's see if this works. Taken. Also, doesn't sound that great. Let's go to the next one. So I finally settled
I
on
get it.
that.
Highway to Hell.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
Welcome to 2019. We are here.
What up?
Wow.
Holy shit.
Oh, there was
can't
a
even believe
big
that.
gust of air that just went over his head, and we
Well-
are indoors with the windows closed.
Well, granted, I always thought it was Highway Toke L.
Right, and
yeah.
that I never even broke it
Yeah.
that way. I was always like,
That-
okay,
what would that
obviously,
even mean?
obviously, he was
You're on
thinking
the
I was
highway,
toking on the
smoking.
highway.
with a Spanish guy named L.
Yep, that makes perfect sense for me.
Dude.
Absolutely. So,
Whatever.
yeah.
All right, so back to the question.
Now that
I
we've
don't know. Are
broken
we just
down-
gonna ignore?
Now that
like,
we've broken down my Instagram handle formatting and all that.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it more so now that I know what it is. It's funny. I think it's funnier how I said it though.
Yeah. Now that's like one of those things I can't unhear. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
Yep.
So, what's your favorite thing that you collect? Because you're a huge collector. I think I know what it is.
Yeah, you probably do.
But let's let the listeners know.
All right, listeners. If you don't know me or if you've never seen my Instagram, which is cool, I'm a large Game Boy collector.
Probably the biggest Game Boy collector I know.
I will take that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I definitely follow some way more bigger collectors,
Okay,
but
yeah.
they
Personally, you're the biggest
okay.
one that I know.
yeah, you guys are #goals. But yeah, Game Boy is my thing. The Game Boy Color was my first video game system anything that I ever had, so
Awesome.
it has a little special place in my heart, and it's always been like my go-to. And like I said, I really enjoy playing things handheld mode, like
Yep.
can do other stuff, can watch things, can listen to music.
You can go places.
I
with
can
it,
go
too.
place. I can sit and outside. Like I sit in my hammock outside and I play all the
Ooh.
time. Like the Game Boy is just so versatile, and it's my favorite thing to collect and my favorite thing to play. So that is why I do it.
What color was your first Game Boy Color?
I had the teal version,
Nice. Good
and
color.
I got it for Christmas when I was probably not far after that duck hunt encounter. I got
wow.
a couple years maybe, 1 or 2 years. Got it for Christmas from Santa. Shout out to you, Santa.
What up, Santa?
My man's always hooking me up.
See, I wonder how Santa comes to my house because I don't have a fireplace.
He just like creeps in through the cracks in your door.
Get out of my house, Santa.
But he's gonna bring you teal Game Boys.
You're not welcome,
You're gonna
Santa.
want him in here. Yeah, I got that, and a copy of Pokemon Red was my very first game.
Hell yeah.
So I still have both of those things to this day.
That's
the
awesome.
originals.
Wow.
So.
Do you have the box with it too?
No, the box probably long gone. Probably were trashed on Christmas Day after
Why
I
did
ripped
we
them
throw
open
away boxes?
like an animal because I was 6.
Oh no, I'm saying like in
yes,
general. Why
yes.
did we all throw away our boxes?
Oh yeah, I sit here and I'm like, God, I just wish I would have. I kept the manuals though. Like I
that's
still have
nice.
the original
Okay.
manuals because I used to stick them in my Game Boy bag just in case I needed to know what was going on. I could just pull it right out and be like, let me check out what's happening here. Trusty manual. But
Let me learn how to power this on and which direction the AA batteries go in.
yeah, that was a struggle there for a
Oh,
while.
and that's how you put the battery pack
What
back
does
in.
the
Okay.
A button do?
What does it do? Everyone needs to know.
Dude, that was a huge struggle though. Always having to carry extra batteries with you.
Oh, I had like a 4-pack all the time,
Yeah.
just right
And
in the
if you're-
pocket.
like you knew your batteries were getting low, you would constantly save your game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, the advent of the Game Boy Advance, when they came out, I remember this like to the day. My friend got one and we were sitting around and I still had my Game Boy Color and he had the Game Boy Advance. All of a sudden his batteries got low and that light changed from green to red. I was
Yep.
like, holy
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
Lifesaver.
Yep.
We have a game changer.
But I would still farm it out and see like
oh yeah.
how far I could go.
Oh
on
yeah,
those
just
low
push your
batteries.
limits.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%. But like you at least had a telltale sign like, ooh, I better get that 4-pack out and get ready here. Like,
Gotta save, gotta save.
Yep.
So, with your Game Boy collection, how many Game Boy colors do you have? How many colors were made?
So many. Like so I'm terrible with all the numbers, and like there are gonna be people who are gonna be like, well, yeah, but
Screw them.
yeah. I
They're
can
the 99th players that get out in
yeah.
Tetris
all right,
99.
all right, Tetris 99ers. I can tell you that I have all the main colors, so the pink, the teal, the green,
Atomic purple.
atomic purple, yellow, a regular purple, and then so I also have the Tommy Hilfiger one.
What up, Tommy?
That's my favorite one.
Tommy,
Is it really?
Tommy.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, didn't you talk about this the other
Yeah.
last one? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Yeah, so the Tommy Hilfiger one I actually got for a pretty good deal, but it has this major scratch on the screen, which is kind of a bummer, but at the same time, like, I can replace it, and also I got it for a good deal, so I'm not super concerned.
What did you pay for it?
Like $30.
Yeah, I would have bought it too.
And it had like one of those giant ass,
This is a different beer.
like big like magnifying screens and like button razors.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
all this stuff like coming off of it. And I was like, all right, for $30, yes,
Hell yeah.
I'll take that.
Definitely.
So somebody obviously priced it at the store like they were pricing a yellow Game Boy and didn't realize that little Tommy flag meant a little bit more.
Yeah, no doubt. So what's the rarest Game Boy?
Game Boy Color or what?
I guess any Game Boy.
Oh, we're talking.
Or Game
There's a
both. Do both.
lot.
Just Game Boy Color and then the
Well,
rarest one.
so
in
there's
general.
like a lot.
Japanese exclusives.
Yeah, there's like I was gonna say there's a bunch of those Japanese ones. There's like the Game Boy Pockets, like the light ones, all those that came out.
Mhm.
There's like the Manchester Football Club Game Boy. That one's pretty.
Oh, that was like
pretty.
only in the UK or Australia.
Yeah, there's like all these exclusive releases that like
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Like-
it's
like
it's
region.
nuts. And then
like we're
there-
talking like $500 to $1,000 for a single
Yeah.
Game Boy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're wild. And
Yeah.
it's like a lot of those like there's like a Australian one for the Game Boy Color. It's like
Does it have a little pouch on it?
it's got a little kangaroo that
I like
actually comes
that.
out of the box and gives you the Game Boy
Wow.
itself.
I,
I
like
want that.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I think it's just like green and yellow. Or
Yeah, it's like
something.
green and yellow. Does
Yeah.
it have the flag
Is
on
that
it or
Australian?
something?
Green and yellow?
It can be.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sorry,
Those are
Australia.
the colors of kangaroos
No,
I'm not.
when
They're
they're first
tan.
born.
definitely not.
Whatever.
Dude, have you ever seen a kangaroo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw a kangaroo put another kangaroo in a headlock the other day. That shit was crazy.
Like on the street or like.
No.
Cause.
On YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, insane. They're like humans, but stronger.
No, they're kangaroos, bro. They're marsupials.
I would not want to be in a fight with a kangaroo.
Definitely not.
What is a marsupial?
An animal with a pouch.
Here, you pour it if you can.
What do we got here?
Yeah, what do we have here?
Alina,
Alina. I dated a girl named Alina one time.
Oh, yeah?
American
Obviously,
IPA.
that didn't work out.
Nope, she was nice though.
Shout out to you, Alina.
Shout out to ex-girlfriends.
Do you have this beer up, Tony?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
It got an 8.4 rating.
What's the percent on it?
It is 7.7,
Okay.
and it's an American IPA.
From Vermont?
Yeah, Vermont.
What brewery?
Alchemist.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
American
so what do you guys
IPA.
think?
Same.
It's red, white, and blue. It has stars and stripes.
And there's a couple
In-
eagles
in
circling the
yeah,
glass.
yep.
It
There's
looks
some
nothing like that.
AK-47s coming out of it. Yeah.
Y'all are liars.
I like this one better than the other one.
I don't know. I think I like the first one better.
No, I like the first one better.
Well, you
This
guys have bad taste.
This one. Don't even get me started. This one has more bitters to it. It's more
Yeah,
hoppy.
I thought the other one was more bitter.
No,
No.
definitely not. That was fruity and nice. It was good.
Smooth. I mean, this is still smooth. It's
I like
just
this.
a
I
little
don't
bit more
like
bitter.
I don't like the aftertaste of this one. It's still
Yeah.
solid,
I'd still
but
drink
having
it.
the first one first, so much better.
Mm.
Hey, we all have different taste buds, so
That's
that's a
right.
cool thing, you know. So let's talk more about Game Boys.
Yes,
Probably
let's-
like one of my rarest Game Boys would be the extreme green Game Boy Pocket,
Oh yes, that's a good one.
which it's not that rare, but it's rarer than like the solid colors and stuff.
Mhm.
Was that the one next to the Tommy Hilfiger Game Boy?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's no,
It's
no.
like underneath it.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's laying down.
Yeah, it's laying down.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And they made like a Pikachu one, like
Mhm.
the
Yeah, I have
64.
one of those.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
looks like the Tommy Hilfiger one.
Yeah, I have that one, but I'm like, I got it, and I was like 99.9% sure it's a reshell, but I got it like on the low, so in like a bundle, so I just kept it until I get a real one.
Yeah.
So
I think I had the purple one first. Game Boy Color.
Yeah,
the
that
the
was
regular
mine,
or the atomic?
the Atomic.
What's atomic mean? Is
The
that
clear.
see-through?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I just said the regular one.
The atomic was where it was at.
yeah, that was my first Game Boy Color. And
Atomic? Or
Atomic purple.
Okay.
Yeah, see-through purple. why they called it Atomic. I don't know. Especially with the N64s being fantastic.
But if you look at the Atomic Purple N64 controller, it's the same. It's the same color as the Atomic Purple Game Boy Color. Like, they called it that.
But isn't it fantastic?
No, because that one didn't have the corresponding system. It was just the controller. It was just that light purple controller.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
And they called it Atomic Purple.
Yep. And I had that N64 as well, where it came with the purple and the gray.
And the gray console.
Yeah. You always thought that was special when you had that purple controller. That was always player number 1, and then player number 2 got the gray controller.
And your stick's all messed up, and it's also Mad Cats, and
lots of Mad Cats.
The worst.
And there's cheese doodles
ever.
all over it. Yeah.
Yep. Knockoff controllers. Shout out to you, knockoff controllers. Knockout.
Yeah. Sorry to every player too ever.
What's the best video game controller you guys think?
Ever?
Like.
Yeah, in your opinion, obviously, but ever. Yeah, of all time.
Oh.
Probably PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the DualShock 2. That was
really
just.
I mean,
choice.
they kept it near the end of PlayStation 1, and it's always been the same since. I mean, they've added other features like the touchpad on the PS4, and it being wireless, and the light, which they didn't really need the light, but that was for the VR headset, and that's why they started doing that.
Oh, okay.
Just so the camera can see the controller. My dog is wagging his tail like crazy, and it is bothering me so much, but I love him because he's cute. You need to lay down, Boomer.
Shout out to you, Boomer.
Shout out to you, Booms. But seriously.
He's
Stop.
a good boy. But he just wants to be in on it. He just wants to tell his piece.
What's the worst controller? GameCube.
N64.
Yeah,
No, GameCube is amazing.
I love the GameCube.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. The regular N64 controller.
I'm gonna have to agree. As much as I love the N64, that controller is horrendous and always will be.
Yeah. Also, like, I don't know. Like, I would say, like, the Sega Genesis wasn't the greatest, but
No, I don't like that one that much.
like, there's like 3 extra buttons on some of the controllers that you don't really need for any game.
Except like Street Fighter or something like that.
Yeah.
That's about it. Otherwise, you're just wasting buttons.
The Switch Pro controller. Actually, no, I take it all back. Fuck the Wii. The Wii controller is the worst.
Whoa.
It is that little fucking stick, dude.
I hate it.
So here's the thing, though. Depending on the game that you're playing, you're
Yes.
switching it up. But whenever I played the Wii, I never I can see what you're saying. Like, I never played it with just the Wiimote. Like, I would always have the nunchuck on, or I would always plug it into something else because I never wanted to play with just the stick. So.
I had the Pro controller for the Wii, and you still had to plug that into the nunchuck.
Yep.
So dumb. So dumb. Thank God we are not in the Wii lifespan right now, and we're onto the Switch. And the Wii U. I mean, that was sort of dumb, too.
I mean...
I like the gamepad, but, like, the Pro controller, not that comfy.
Yeah, the gamepad was basically exactly what I wanted before the Switch happened.
Yes.
And so whenever I played my Wii U, I would only play it on the gamepad. So it was basically the Switch before the Switch. And that's all I did. And once the Switch came out, I just have neglected it since. So shout out to you, Wii U.
I'm about to get a Wii U kiosk next weekend. So I think I will be playing some Wii U. And
Nice.
I actually plan on collecting more for it because the games are super cheap right now. I think they're going to increase in value just because it wasn't a sought-after system.
It's not a big set to go for either if you're going to do a set. It's
How
like
many?
2 something. It's really not, I
Oh.
think. It's really not a lot.
See, I'm just not a full set person. I'm all about...
Well, I know that people like people were going for it just because it was small, and
Yeah.
then also on the fact that like, oh well, maybe this will increase or whatever.
Do you think it will? I don't think it will.
I don't know. I think it's gonna stagnate for like a couple years, and then maybe when we start looking back, like if we're in like 10, 15 years from now, we might see a little increase just because it was so short lived. But I think for the next couple years, it's going to be dirt cheap and, like,
I mean,
nobody's
there's
gonna
some
want it.
games that are pricey on it, like the Hello Kitty one.
Yeah, but even that just got a re-release and it took a little dip.
Well, that makes
So,
sense.
like that's what I'm saying. All these games are being ported to the Switch, so all the games are, even the most expensive ones, aren't even going to be that expensive because of these ports are coming out. The people who really wanted to play it are
Yeah.
going to buy it for Switch instead,
Absolutely.
and the people who want to collect for Wii U for some reason, okay, if you want to, that's cool. But
Yeah, I think it's
they're
going to
gonna
keep
buy
value
it,
because
like-
people want to complete a whole set.
yeah, that's
know?
exactly it.
But does anyone really want to play it? Like, if you have the option to get a Switch, wouldn't you just
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm.
You know?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're probably just gonna buy the Hello Kitty port to the Switch if they really want to play it and not
Yeah.
play it on Wii U. The only people who are gonna buy that are gonna be the people who want to collect the Wii U.
I mean, I'm getting a kiosk, so
I mean, that's fair.
that's what's going to make me want to play it.
Yeah.
Which is sad. Why fill a big corner in one of your rooms just to...
so you can stand up and play Wii U?
Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I just love kiosks. Like, shame me. I don't care. I think, if anything, kiosks are just going to keep their value and keep increasing in value. And
Probably.
not that I collect to one day sell it off, but, if I ever need to, I have that investment. So, I mean, no, never mind. I'm not going to say that because I don't want to jinx myself. So never mind. I was going to say, if, like, the house caught on fire or something, first thing I would get is the kiosk out.
Cover-
Dude, but it
cover
would be in
Boomer's
that
ears.
room. It would happen in that room because you plug them all in the same.
I keep them unplugged.
They're all like plugged in on top of each other,
Yeah,
like in the
exactly.
Christmas Story when he's like plugging the Christmas lights in on top of and there's sparks coming up. Yeah, that's what the
Yeah.
kiosk room looks like.
Yes. It will. Soon. I'll have 4 kiosks in there.
Yikes, man,
I know.
that's crazy.
I'm excited. I'm getting original Xbox One. Not Xbox One, but the original
Yeah.
Xbox One
That's gonna be cool.
kiosk.
I'm more excited for that.
Really?
Yeah, I like Xbox.
I mean, I love it too. I'm trying to think like what games to play. Like Fusion Frenzy was like one of my favorite ones that I need to get.
Halo.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't really hold true.
What do you mean it doesn't hold true?
I don't know.
Did you say Halo doesn't hold true?
Yeah.
What does that even
I'm
mean,
sorry,
dude?
what?
I don't understand.
It's sort of like the whole 007 thing. Like, it's all right.
What are you talking about?
Like, it's all right. We think that it's great because we have these nostalgic feels for
Oh,
it
I see what you're saying.
back in the day. But when
Okay.
you put it in, you're like, eh.
Well,
You're like, oh, this game's great.
okay, well, okay.
The
so
campaign was great.
Graphically, it's not anywhere like you're imagining these grand, illustrious graphics, but it's just like,
Well, yeah, exactly. Even with like TV shows and movies.
and that's what
stuff.
you're thinking with like the.
Yeah, but you can do like
the
the 2-player
GoldenEye.
campaign.
Oh
on
yeah.
that, right, the whole way through.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
fun.
No, the campaign, awesome. Do I really want to be standing up to play the campaign the whole
Yes.
time?
Dude, I don't want to stand up to play any games.
Beat Saber.
Yeah.
Actually, Tetris 99.
Nothing.
Standing up playing Tetris 99, just like standing in the middle of a room, handheld mode.
I actually want to go jogging while playing Tetris 99.
That'll be the day.
If you place 99th while jogging,
I'm just
how
going
would
to
you
jog to the next
I was gonna
bridge.
say, how would you feel?
Jogged it.
Jog right on through, jog right into traffic.
Yeah, I'll just toss the Switch into the water. Say I'm done gaming. Screw this. So, Game Boy being your favorite like system to collect for, how many Game Boy games are you at?
All right, well, I have to pull up my collection app.
And how do you store them or display them? Because I find Game Boy games being one of
It's
the
horrendous. Yes.
one of the hardest things to A, display, B, just put it on shelves. Like, they just go everywhere. It's so hard to find the game that you want. One thing that I did see that's like a cool idea is to like put it in a binder with like baseball card slots, like Pokemon card, like plastic sleeves that you put each game into a slot. I'm like, that's ingenious, but then it's in a binder. So as a gamer and collector, like, we like to show off what we have, but really you can't when it comes to Game Boy games, I feel like, unless they're in the box.
Yeah, it's hard to like store them, and that's something I actually struggled with for a little while, and then I got in contact with John, Bella's gamer dad, on Instagram. Shout out to you, man.
What up? Shout out.
He is super cool dude. He also collects a lot of Game Boy stuff, and he was doing a lot of inbox stuff, but his loose carts, he actually gave me his secret recipe here, was put your loose cart in that little plastic Nintendo case. So all of my Game Boy carts are in the process of or have a little plastic case on it, because I buy those
Like
things.
the Game Boy case.
Yeah, like
Okay.
the little plastic case. So I buy those things. Like, if you ever see any, just like hit me up, because I am buying them all the time, because I'm always
using
running
them.
out.
I'm using them.
Fine.
Gotta protect the carts.
So you put them in there, get a little label maker, and put the label on the top side of it, and then I stack them in a box. It's actually I'm actually kind of miffed because I needed another one, and I went to Target to buy the box that I get. It's a document storage box.
Okay.
It's like literally like $3 or $4 from Target, and they didn't have it. Like, there was no spot on the shelf for it. So I'm like mildly in a panic. Are they discontinuing this nice clear box that fits the height of a Game Boy game? It's perfect. And you can fit like 70 games in a box or something like that. It's the most perfect system. It's got a little snap lid. It's beautiful. And I have about 4 or 5 of them right now that are like filled up, and I need another one. And
wow. So that's what, like 350 games?
let's see. I am currently at so listeners, I'm actually going to a full Game Boy set and a full Game Boy Color set. Eventually, I have no time limit because time is a construct created by man. So I have 194.
Wow, I like that.
194 Game Boy
Highway
games.
Tocal. Say that again. How many?
194 Game Boy, and
Wow.
then 132 Game Boy Color.
Wow.
So that's where I'm at on those. I have a couple I don't think I've logged yet, so it'll probably go up later when I do that. I did have a fair amount of Game Boy Advance too I was collecting, but I'm getting rid of a lot of those because I just got that flash cart from
True.
Chris F75.
Shout out to you.
Shout outs, because that thing is clutch.
Yeah.
I love that because I love the Game Boy Advance games, but I just didn't want to invest the space on the games themselves, and
I
to have
agree.
them all right there and ready to go it's so good.
So, are you just collecting carts in, or
Yes.
are you?
There
doing
I have
CIB?
a little bit of cardboard, like maybe 4 or 5 games. There's only a couple things I would really want in box, and those are like my all-time favorite games. Like, when I collect for nostalgia purposes. So like if I ever found a Pokemon Red box for cheap, I would get it so I could complete my childhood copy.
Absolutely.
I found a silver box, so I have my copy of Silver from when I was a kid now complete. Like that kind of stuff. I have my copy of Super Mario Land 2 now complete because I found a box cheap. Like that kind of stuff I'll do, but I'm not really going to be for the cardboard for that because it's just going to be so much.
Yeah. Oh, it's expensive.
So
Why is cardboard more expensive than a video game half the fucking time? It
I don't
pisses
know,
me off.
man.
Rarity. Supply and demand, right?
Yeah, no, it is rarity because just like we were saying earlier, we would throw away the boxes. People would throw them away not thinking like that's something to hold on to. And when it comes to collecting, a lot of people will complete, a whole set and then they're like, well, now I want to complete a whole set with boxes and manuals, and
Yeah.
then they have no money and their wife leaves them and everything.
And then they're 99th place in Tetris.
Yeah. And you know what happens after that? Bringing it back around.
Ooh.
I love it.
Closing the loop.
Highway Tocal. Seriously, that's how I always said your name. And I think it was like Tyler, like,
I'm glad that it took this long in like our actual real life friendship
Yeah.
and internet friendship for you to tell me this.
gotta save it for the cast.
It all comes out here. Precisely honesty hour.
Yes, absolutely. So, you beat Kingdom Hearts this year. Have you beaten any other games this year?
I have like as far as stuff that I haven't ever beaten before, probably not. I mean, like I'd usually do like a yearly run through of Super Mario Land 2.
Nice.
So I did that. I beat that already this year. That's super quick. Pretty much those.
How long of a game is it? I've actually never beat it, but
Super
like
Mario Land 2 for the Game Boy is like
for the
yeah,
Game Boy.
it's
Okay.
just a little quickie. Like,
yeah,
just
no,
done.
I've beaten that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I got that repro card. I was not repro, but like yeah,
A
I guess
flash card.
Yeah, yeah. But it was the repro from Fishy Face Games that they did. It was the color port of it,
Oh, cool.
and I beat it on there because I ordered it and got it, and then I was like, well, I got to beat it on this now because I got to beat it in color.
Hell yeah.
And so technically that was my first game beat this year, and then Kingdom Hearts is pretty much my second, and we'll see where we go from there. But I'm terrible with keeping track of like what I actually beat. So this year
I've been putting it in my notes.
Yeah, this year
on the cell
I
phone.
have a note on my phone to like keep a track of like what I actually beat this year. So at the end of the year I can look back and be like, oh well,
Yeah.
you bought all this shit, but then you only beat like 3 games. What is wrong with you?
Yeah. I mean, that's how I felt last year. I beat a few games last year. I don't know the number. But I felt like I played so many games and started so many games, and that's just one thing I want to do this year is complete these games that I've started or, that I plan on starting. But I need to start taking notes on those to remind myself what games did I start, how far am I into this game, like can I complete it tomorrow or is it going to take another week or a month or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel that.
Yeah. So many games in the backlog that I've already started.
And there's so many things that I've already just started and been like chunking my way through, but I'll get there eventually. Like,
be like Tony, play one game at a time.
you got that simplistic way. Like, I gotta
What?
like one
it is
game at
simple,
a time.
dude.
Like focus all your energy, simple,
That's right.
and then move on. Like, I can't do that. I'm just like, well, I gotta be here
Yeah, no,
and
I'm all
here.
about it.
And I've got like 7 systems. I got to be on all of them.
Yeah, and I can't like sit and play video games for an hour. I have to like
Oh.
play for hours. Like I only
He's
play
like
when
an
I can play
8-hour
for
gamer.
like yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got to get at least 4 hours in at a time
Okay.
to feel
I
like
respect that, though.
satisfied.
That's I feel that like there's certain games I have to do that with. Like I said, when I play during the week, I only play like those. Like I only play Overwatch during the week because I can't sit down and invest more than an hour or 2 into it. Like.
Yeah.
If I try to play an open world game, I'll be sitting there for 5 hours and all of a sudden I'll have nothing done. And like, I'm like, oh my God,
Yep.
I didn't do this right at all.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, I get that. If I want to play like any game that I really want to play, then I want that chunk of time to be available.
I wish there was more hours in a day and more days in a week. Honestly.
Time is a construct created by man.
Tell me about it, but I still have to wake up at 6:30 in the morning every day to get to work.
Oh,
Like,
only 6:30.
yeah?
Oh, look at you.
What?
I have to get up earlier than that.
What time?
5:30.
You, Tony? I knew
He's-
he was going to say this.
Good. All right.
5:30.
Let's
Must
hear
be nice to sleep in.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I get up at 4:30
Oh, there we
every
go.
day.
There we go.
And then what? To the gym.
Yeah, and then I go to the
Ooh.
gym. I only live like a minute and a half away from my workplace, so
Must be nice.
Yeah.
It is
Anyway,
nice,
let me.
yeah.
let me-
Got a
must be
half an hour
nice.
commute.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yours is longer than that, right?
Mine's longer than that. That's
Ugh.
why I listen to this podcast on my drive.
This is a great podcast to listen to while driving.
It is. It's
Or like,
lighthearted and fun, and there's also like slight notes of Bo wanting you to jump off of a bridge.
I take it back. I don't.
Yeah, he doesn't mean that stuff,
I really
guys.
don't mean that. Just, shout out to anyone that gets 99th place, though, because you're doing something in life. And
I do want to meet you. If you get 99th place
Yeah.
in Tetris, I do want to meet you, and I want to shake your hand.
I don't.
I do.
I don't.
They're probably like children. Like
Oh.
kids that have
Oh,
never
the kids
played
that are playing
Tetris.
Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much. It's a free game. Everyone.
There's no adult gets last place in Tetris.
The adults listening that got last place in Tetris are going to be up in the inbox. Like, listen here, sir.
Yeah.
Well, let him be.
No.
I'm not gonna read it.
I can't think too hard about what type of person it is that gets 99th place.
Well,
I hope, honestly, I hope it's someone that
Well-
starts it, then like their phone rings in the other room.
Yeah.
Or like their dog spills something, or like their kid is crying.
What if you
and
just,
they're
like, don't
"Oh,
realize
shit,"
the
and they
game
gotta
started?
Walk away. Yeah.
Like
Like they're on their cell phone.
Yeah.
That's the 99th person. Someone that has to do something else.
All right, but what if it's somebody who's in the year 2019 and has never played Tetris before?
You're not a human. You're not
You
an
could still
alien.
probably do better than 99th place because it's that easy.
Is it that easy? What place did you get? What
Like
was your
76.
Yeah,
And I played it one
okay,
time,
that
dude.
easy. That easy.
No one even likes Tetris.
99
the hate
people
mail.
do every freaking game.
Here comes the hate mail.
Do they like it though?
You're killing precisely.
Yeah, I'm killing the podcast.
So you were late today, and I
I'm
called you.
late for what, bro?
For our
I'm not.
podcast.
I've never
He
been
was
late.
up at 4:30 though.
And I called you, and I'm like, Tony, where are you? And you were like, I'm not coming. And I'm like, why? Like, what happened? And you're like, I don't feel like it. Like a little kid. And it, like, my whole heart sunk, Tony. I was just like, what did I do to upset him? I feel so bad. It really scared me. But in reality, you were, like, parking on the street.
Yeah.
And you got Duck Donuts for my wife and I.
Yeah. I'm just a jokester.
And beer. So, thank you. Appreciate it, Tony.
No problem. You know why I was late? Because I was getting donuts for you guys and beer for you guys. So,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
no problem.
So, what are your future goals for gaming and collecting? Like, obviously, you said you want to get a full library of the Game Boy games. Have you thought about the games that are so rare and so expensive, like Spud's Adventure?
Yes.
And how
And
much is that game?
I have also thought about how I'm gonna cry when I'm paying for it.
It's like a $400 game,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
For
So
a Game Boy cartridge, just the cartridge.
just the little
What's it about?
You're a potato.
which is also like
I have no idea what
for
it's
me,
about.
the more ridiculous a game is, the more I'm like, hell
I want it.
yes,
Yeah,
I need that.
That's
Yeah,
how I am.
definitely.
And so for somebody to be like, oh, you're a potato in this game, I'm like, yes, sign me up. And then they're like, oh, that's $400. Hold on, wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
I'll take two.
yeah, exactly. Working
Chicken scratch, my boy.
working
Chicken
what I do
scratch.
does not afford me to get 2 potato games.
And
let
there are
alone
2
one.
potato games, aren't there?
There are 2 potato
Yeah.
games.
Spud's Adventure and
Amazing
don't know.
Tater.
yeah, Amazing Tater. I was going to say Spud's Adventure too, but I didn't think that was
Amazing Tater.
a game. Those
Well,
are Atlas games, right?
We're gonna
Yes.
start a
Yeah.
Kickstarter to get you your potato games.
GoFundMe.
That's not a
for
Kickstarter.
for potato games. GoFundMe.
We're gonna do one of those internet things where you donate money.
How do we even record
All right, and
this
then we're
podcast?
gonna play Sarah McLachlan in the background and like have pictures of me looking really sad.
In love after
That is
love?
Just
Not
all your
Sarah
games
McLachlan.
spread out. Yeah,
That is not
that's
no,
like Canadian.
not
lady.
even close. But
What does she sing?
the one in the back of the SPCA
In the arms
commercials.
of an angel.
Yeah. Like-
Sing it for me, Tony.
In the arms of an angel.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
beautiful.
stop singing. Please stop. I will give you Spud's Adventure. Just stop.
So yeah, that it's daunting for sure. But that's like I said, I have no time limit on this thing.
Yeah.
It's just like
Oh, I
whenever
think it's a
get
great goal
there.
to have.
Yeah. So that's and the Game Boy Color set as well, like having the 2 of them conjunction because you have so many of those crossover like little black carts that could be played on both, or like the Pokemon that can be played on both. Like
Yeah.
it's cool, and I think it'll be a great library to have, and once I start filling it out, and I think I want to go and like, you know, have a game a day kind of thing, like go through and play my library instead of just having the backlog consistently. Play like 1 game each day, maybe an hour, 2
love
hours,
that.
whatever, and then like do something with it, like be it a blog, vlog, or podcast, or you know, live stream or something of me going through each day for, you know, however long I have, and giving my review each day of this game for how much I played. Like, not beating the game, but like getting a feel of it, playing a couple hours and seeing where I like it or where I don't like it, whatever.
I like that.
So that's something.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you.
I've actually seen, shout out to, I believe it was Mesmeron, probably pronouncing that wrong, but he had like a door, or it was just a wall that had like all Game Boy cartridges displayed on it, and it was displayed so well that like each one like inserts into essentially like a plastic strip, so it stays there even though it's a door that's swinging open. So you take it out, but it has that clicking device, just like putting it into a Game Boy, that it stays there perfectly. And I was like, that's ingenious, but it's a whole wall.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd love to display them some way like that, where I could also easily access them to play, because that's half the reason I'm storing them the way I'm storing, because I can see on the top, alphabetically, also this is this title, because the label maker label is on the top, and I can see what it is, instead of taking it out, flipping it over, and being like, what's the artwork? Because top labels weren't a thing.
So what's your favorite Game Boy game? Let's go with original Game Boy, and then Game Boy Color, and then we'll say Advance.
Ooh, going for all three.
Trifecta.
The original Game Boy. I think my favorite game would be Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. That also is probably like my favorite Mario game. It's just so weird. Like, it's just so, there's no like, world whatever, going to the castle, going to be Bowser. We're in a pumpkin. We're in like the under the sea. We're in the sky. Like, we're fighting this dude who looks like Jason. Like, I don't know. Like, a little hockey mask dude.
There is a Jason guy.
Yeah, a little hockey mask dude. Like, it's just so, like I said, I just like weird things. So, it's just so weird. And also, that's one I played a lot as a kid. So, very nostalgic. That has to be my favorite Game Boy game.
It's a great game.
So good.
Mine would be Link's Awakening.
Good choice.
Sure. Yeah. Good
choice. With that coming up on the Switch, I'm sure you're stoked for that too.
I am, and I'm not. Like, I hope it has more than what the Game Boy game has to offer, because it's a great Game Boy game. But on the Switch, I feel like it's going to feel a little empty and a little blah.
I hope they expand that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some quests and things like that.
Tony, you got any?
Favorite Game Boy games?
Yeah.
Pretty much just every Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Well, minus like the new ones I haven't really played, but huge Pokemon fan.
Yeah.
Still play that.
I mean, Pokemon Blue or Yellow would be the runner-up for sure.
Yeah. Well, Red, Blue, Yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are definitely my favorite Game Boy Color. And then, I don't know, Game Boy Advance, pretty much the same Pokemon stuff.
You're just Pokemon all around.
Yeah, I don't really remember what, like, Kirby was good. I remember that. I don't remember the
Kirby
other
was
games.
great for the original Game Boy. That was one of the first
Mario,
games I
of
played.
course.
Yeah.
So, Game Boy Color. Can I guess?
Go for it.
Donkey Kong Country.
That's mine. Yep. That port to the Game Boy Color was like something I just sunk a bunch of time into as a kid. I didn't have a SNES, so I never played it on there. That was the first way that I played it. And I just like love that game, and that thing went everywhere I went. Like, I always had that game, and I always had Pokemon Red with me in my little fanny pack.
Hell yeah.
And just rocking that all the way.
Hell yeah. And you actually sold me a copy of Donkey Kong Country.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
And I enjoyed it, but man, the buttons are wonky on it a little bit. Like, jumping, it doesn't like react all the time. Like, I don't know, maybe you sold me like a fucked up cartridge, but it's all right.
Here we are, gonna call me out again. Oh, okay, all right.
I'll leave you some bad Instagram feedback. Highway Tokel.
He's gonna go on eBay, gonna give you negative reviews.
I'm gonna find it.
Well, man, like, let me know. I'll fix it up. I'll do what I can.
All right.
I'll make it right.
So Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance. That's a hard one.
There's so many good ones.
There's a lot a lot on the system, and then there's just like that's also I didn't play a lot of Advance because I never had an Advance as a kid. I had the color,
Oh, really?
and that was it. Like, so my parents
I
were
had
like,
a see-through purple Advance as well.
yeah, my parents were like, oh, video games? No, thank you. So shout out to you, Mom and Dad. Look what happened.
Same with my parents. Honestly, I think that's why I'm such a like
Uh-oh.
collector of them and love them, because my parents like really weren't big into like buying me games,
Yeah.
and I never got an allowance.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yeah. Agreed.
I would get paid for mowing the grass.
Yeah.
But that always went to like skateboarding and other stuff that I
Shredding the gnar.
shredding the gnar, mainly hitting my face on half pipes. Yeah.
We're looking for Bo's Underground or Bo's Pro Skater 2.
Oh, God.
Bo's Pro Skater 3. Look
Just
for those
try to
coming out
stand
in the
up on a
fall.
board. I was actually really good at manualing, which
Yeah,
I
I
guess
gotta have a
isn't
little
that
bit of
hard.
balance for that.
yeah.
So,
But
I'll give
could
you
I
that.
lift off the ground? Nah.
No.
Nah.
Sorry, I got a couple good ollies, back in the day. Probably now not so much.
So Game Boy Advance for me, I'm looking like at the wall right now of like some complete ones that I have. And honestly, like Yoshi's Island was amazing for Game Boy Advance. I think that was one of the better ports. I think it's better than the SNES version, personally. It helped with like the throwing an egg and stuff. Like the controls for that were a lot easier, I felt like. Drill Dozer. Is that the right game? Drill Dozer? Have you played that one?
I have not played that one, but I guarantee you it's on my EverDrive, and I will look it up later because I have not gone through all of them.
So it's an amazing game, beautiful graphics. It's a side scroller, but it also featured a rumble pack in the cartridge.
Oh, yeah.
So,
There we go.
Yeah, very cool. I mean, Nintendo's always had those weird things. Like, do you remember Kirby's like Tilt and Whirl?
Yes. Tilt and Tumble. Yes.
Tilt and Tumble, yeah.
Yes. That's
So
a great
this was
game.
they had like a gyromite or something. I don't know what you call it, a
Gyroscope.
inside the cartridge. So when you rotated the Game Boy,
Yeah, I
it
remember
actually moved
Yeah, it was a
like
pink
Kirby
cartridge.
around. Yeah.
that.
WarioWare, was it? Or Wario WackyWare? Or
What for? What?
Game Boy Advance?
Wario Land?
No, the big
No?
cartridge where it
Oh.
was like fast-paced, like 2-second games.
Yeah, you're right. WarioWare.
Yeah, love that game. Super fun, easy to pick up and put down. Yeah, Pokemon games were great too for the Advance. Some really good titles. I mean, yeah, I love Game Boy too. I just don't know how to display them.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to display. I'd
Yeah.
love to get the games in a better situation, like once I have more space for it. But where they are at now is practical and like space wise, it doesn't take up that much. It's just a little shelf in my closet.
Yeah.
Another thing that people are literally always asking me, and I feel like I just sit and repeat myself, which is cool, is like how I display my actual Game Boy systems.
Which is beautiful. I mean, it's top shelf. They're all displayed upright.
I
Tell us.
don't have enough space to put all of them out.
Oh.
So I have my DMGs, my pockets, and I have my colors out in Roy G. Biv.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Roy G. Biv. Got them all down the line, and then I put my like exclusive colors intermixed there at the end or whatever. So it makes it look appealing to the eye as well. So I have them lined up, starting with my pockets down to my colors, and then I have the DMGs, like the Play It Louds and stuff that I have, and then I have one box for the original,
Nice.
and a Power Glove on the top of my shelf. But I don't have any more space to lay out my advances or anything. So what I have them all sitting on is, except for one, I have a custom Game Boy Color. I got it from Retro Gaming Now. It's Game Boy Horror. If you played
I've seen
Luigi's
those.
Mansion,
Yeah.
If you played Luigi's Mansion, it was the little Game Boy that he had. in there that he could like call up, and it was, you know, basically like your menu and your map and all that other stuff. And I always, when I played it, I was like, man, Nintendo, come on, like let's have this come out. I would really love one of these. And they never really
I didn't
did
realize it came from that.
Yeah. So I always wanted one, and a couple of years ago I was just like, you know what? I want a backlit Game Boy Color. And
oh,
I
you
contacted.
have a backlit Game Boy Color?
Yeah, it's backlit.
That was
So-
pricey.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad.
How much?
Like it was. I don't remember.
Over 150.
It was probably about. 150 because
Oh, I want a backlit Game Boy Color now.
it's nice. So it's just a clear shell with black buttons. It has the faceplate, and then it says Game Boy, and instead where it says color, it says horror,
dope.
and then it has the backlit.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
cool.
have that. Like I said, it's from Retro Gaming Now. They did an awesome job. So if you have any Game Boy mods, I recommend them.
Okay.
We both have the Game Boy Advance. We both have the lit backlit
Yeah.
screen mod Game Boy Advance. We both got. You got yours from Johnny, right?
Yeah. one of
Johnny's
them.
merchandise. We got
I have
the
a few.
Yeah, so those are my two modded ones that I have, which is super cool. I'd love to get a modded
It's
DMG.
the best way to play Game Boy games.
It's
personally.
so nice.
I mean,
It's so crisp, and like
I can't go back.
I was
to
playing on the
regular
SB
screen.
and it was so cramped, and then I was playing on that one and I was like, I have so much space to move.
Yep.
But yeah, so my Game Boy Horror is like, it's like my little baby. It's so good. But I have it now sitting. I just got it a couple weeks ago on a stand from oh man.
Rose Color Gaming.
Yep, Rose Color Gaming. There it is. Sorry guys.
Hey, that's why I'm
Hey.
here.
Yep, thanks.
I know how
Um,
to say your name right, Rose Colored Gaming.
Yeah. So Rose Color Gaming actually has a stand that says Game Boy Horror on it.
Oh, dope.
And so I bought that one, and I just put it together, and it sits right on there. It's a nice little black stand, and I'd love to get an individual stand for every single Game Boy eventually. But right now I don't have the cash money to blow on it. So I go to Michael's, and I go to the picture frame section, and I go pull off those little plastic. They look like a little like L, and you fold it out,
Yeah.
and that's what it is. And they all just sit on a little clear plastic like $2 or $3 picture frame stand from
Nice.
Michael's. So it's super cheap, and they fold out. They have the small ones which fit the pocket and the color. I have to get the next size up for the DMGs, but they all fit real nice, and they don't like, as long as they're not like they stay in one spot. Like they don't
Yeah.
move out. Like you can adjust it, but once you sit the Game Boy on there, it doesn't move because it's a picture frame stand. So like it's not gonna just like all of a sudden whoop and the Game Boy falls. So
I need more shelf space. That's my
I
problem.
feel like that's a everybody problem all the time.
Not Tony's.
Not Tony.
Why?
Because you got shelf space. I see it. I see it when I come over.
He's
Yeah, I
gonna
don't have it.
come over and take that space.
I have like a PS3,
Literally.
PS4, and a Switch.
I have,
And
yeah.
two Game Boys.
The PS3 is mine. There's like, he has like 20 games there, and like 10 of them are mine.
I have like 10 games in like
He's
4
gonna
years.
he's gonna come in and he's gonna take a little toothpick flag and he's gonna stick it on your shelf and he's gonna
It's
claim
already
it
there.
for his
Yeah.
It's already there.
the
Every
flag of
week he's
Bo.
like, "Oh, can I keep a stand at your house? What is it?
A kiosk?
A kiosk." He's like, "You know what
No.
you need? A kiosk."
Yeah.
He's trying to force his ways upon you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Why not?
If you leave here today and you're like, oh man, you know what? I really want to buy some Game Boys. I feel like I'll have done my job.
Yeah.
I have an SP and a Game Boy Color, so
Oh, that's good.
or no, I have a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, Game
and
Boy
then
Advance.
a Game Boy SP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing good.
That's fine. That's totally cool.
So let's talk a little bit, just topics, some random stuff. You know, video game related or non-video game related.
Right.
I got one. What's the
Okay.
worst movie you have seen in the theaters?
Like,
Like,
worst,
Like
Bad.
most
like,
disappointing
terrible.
movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man, I don't know.
So
Yeah.
mine would be George of the Jungle. Hated
Huh.
it. My aunt and uncle see like every movie and whenever it's released, and they were raving about this when I was younger.
Janine, Aunt Janine.
Yeah, shout out to Aunt Janine and Uncle Bob.
Yeah.
they're huge Disney fanatics. They go to Disney World at least like 3 times a year. And either way, they were like, you guys need to see George of the Jungle. It's the greatest movie out. And my whole family went. And we were just like, why are we here? This is so dumb. But, you know, probably if I saw it at my house, it would have been all right. You know, but seeing it in theaters, no.
Yeah, I never saw that George of the Jungle.
Don't.
What?
Well, I read the books. Right? Or that's Curious George.
George
Oh,
of the
what's-
Jungle.
Okay,
Jungle.
all right.
Jungle.
So we've got George of the Jungle coming through with a yellow hat and like
Yeah. No.
Which one's
making
George?
some mischief.
Oh, he's
He's
like Tarzan, but not
yeah,
really.
but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. What was it? Who played him?
The guy that was from Bicentennial Man.
Yep,
Yeah.
him.
What? Bicentennial Man?
Yeah.
Encino Man?
Encino Man. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
I can't forget. I'm
Yeah.
forgetting his name.
Bicentennial.
It's cool.
Any for you, Kelly?
I'm really notoriously terrible with seeing movies in theaters. I always wait until they come out and then I get them at my house or I like before I would just get them on like DVD or rental. I'm trying to remember cuz like as of late all of the movies that I see in theaters I make sure that I want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because man, it's
so
expensive.
do you still see movies in theaters?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I go to the Star Wars, I go to the releases for that for sure. I remember being like I don't remember what Pirates of the Caribbean it was, but I remember like going to watch one of them like after the first one of those like and I was just like this is not as good as I thought it was gonna be.
I mean the first one was great.
Yeah, the first one was fantastic. I just remember like being in like I don't know, it's like high school or something and I was like on a date and I was like this is awful. Like this is not that great. Like I wanted Captain Jack to be like, yeah, let's, you know, do stuff and then
Pirate stuff.
he was not. It was like more focused on everything else and I was like and I don't even remember which one it was. Like that's how much I didn't care apparently.
How many are there? Like 3 or 4?
There's got to be like 4 probably.
Yeah. I think the 3rd and 4th one sucked. From
Yeah,
what I
that's
can
probably
recall.
what it was. I don't
One of
know.
them. We could live without him.
It's fine. That's probably mine because that's all I can remember right now.
Johnny Depp is the 99th player that gets out.
Ooh.
He might be.
I think so.
Wow. Shout out to you, Johnny Depp.
No shout out.
Whoa.
Take
Yeah,
that
shout
shout
out.
out back.
Johnny Depp's alright.
Shout out to the 99th player that gets out in Tetris 99. I should make shirts of that. That sounds
I would
fun.
buy one.
Yeah.
I am the 99th Tetris player. Like,
Yeah. I am the first one to be out. You can thank me for making your day better. Any topics for you, Tony?
Yeah. What crime could you see me committing? And then we'll go through this for everyone.
Wow.
So both of you pick a crime that you think I would do right now, tonight, after I leave here.
Right
what am I
after,
going to go
like
do?
right here, right now. Oh.
Peeing outside.
This is. I feel like this is like a loaded question because you like know him way better than I
Yeah.
do.
Well, just look at him.
Well, I was
On
going
a
to say the
piano.
same exact thing for you.
Oh, really?
You would definitely get caught peeing outside before I did.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Yeah, but you would get in trouble for it before I did.
All right. Knock on wood.
I feel like you would do it by a school.
Wow, why?
Ooh.
I don't know. I just feel like you.
Every time I
never-
drive
wants
by
you
a
to be on
school,
the
I'm
list.
like, oh, I need to pee.
Because
wants
you
to-
can't really read that well, and you might think it's another kind of building.
Skull? Skull?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Bathroom?
This seems like a good spot.
Yeah.
This is fine. I don't know. You'd probably go out and like, you know, punch a kangaroo or something in the
No.
street. You go
I'd
punch,
probably
we were
be
in
pretty
Australia.
scared, but maybe.
go punch something. I don't know. That's what I got.
Is that a crime to punch things?
Like assault.
Do I seem that angry?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
Probably with me, but I wouldn't call the cops on him because I ain't no snitch.
I don't know. That's all I got.
Snitches get stitches. Well,
I could see you getting in trouble for like racing. Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, I think you might do some road rage stuff.
I am actually a really nice driver. My wife, though, on the other hand, road rage all the way.
Ooh.
I would love to see her as an Uber driver because she would get 1 stars all the time because she curses like a trucker or a pirate.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Or a sailor is the common phrase that people use.
Trucker, pirate, sailor. I mean, a pirate is a sailor.
A
essentially.
pirate sailor trucker.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Yeah.
The worst of all the worlds. Kelly, I could see you robbing someone for a potato video game.
Yeah, that would,
Ooh,
that would absolutely.
Probably
Yep.
with like a not that sharp knife though.
Yeah.
a butter knife.
Yeah, just like a butter knife. Just taken out of Bo's
Well,
drawer.
like a little sharp,
spork.
like a dull steak knife.
Well, just so you know, I don't have the potato game. But if I did, I still don't have it.
I would take one of those little. Give me a little credit. Have one of those like switchblade combs,
Yeah, there
but
you go.
think it was a knife. That would be
Ooh.
what it would be.
Or else, I think that you would probably like get in trouble for defending someone that's helpless. I feel like you're really,
Yeah.
yeah, that would probably be.
Yeah.
That would probably be more accurate.
yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know.
What do you think Bo would do?
Get in trouble for looking too sexy. Stunting on these 99ers.
He would get in trouble for coercing somebody to jump off of a bridge after
Damn,
playing
no.
Tetris 99.
I didn't really mean it though.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were gonna do it.
Well, I mean, how can that guy tell on me if he jumped off of a bridge?
Well, there's always witnesses.
Always. They're watching us.
Always. That guy, the FBI guy who's always watching you.
Mhm.
He'll know. He'll know.
Well, I want to shout out another podcast. So if you listen to this whole podcast and you like other gaming podcasts, I want to shout out Pixie Gaming Podcast, PIXI Gaming Podcast. They had a great episode that I listened to the other day about Horizon Zero Dawn. They're from the UK, so I love the accent that the main speaker has. But he was just talking about how amazing and how beautiful Horizon Zero Dawn was. And it's a game that I loved, and like watching trailers, I would show these trailers of the game to a bunch of friends being like, I can't wait for this game. And I bought it like close to release date. I didn't like pre-order it or anything, but bought it, and it was during the same time that I bought Breath of the Wild, or I was playing Breath of the Wild, and I literally could not play it because I was so used to a Switch controller, and I wanted to finish Breath of the Wild. So it's one game that, especially after listening to his podcast, I was like, I need to turn this back on and play this through. And it's another game that like I want you to play, Tony, as well, because it's on the similar vein of like God of War, or Assassin's Creed, like that type of video game. But yeah, Pixie Gaming Podcast, shout out to you, and give them a listen when you get the chance. Really cool guys. One's from the UK, and I believe another one's from the USA. But good dynamic, good people, and thanks for getting me re-interested in Horizon Zero Dawn, because I definitely want to play that again. Have you ever played that, Kelly?
I have not, but I have heard some amazing things.
Yeah. Graphically, it's so beautiful, but the PS4 controller at the time felt so foreign in my hands. I was just like, I can't do this right now. Like, I was like in your boat, Tony, where I could only play one game, and that one game was Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild
Yeah.
consumed my life.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, yeah.
Any last remarks, guys?
Nah, I don't know. The beer's good. Thanks for getting us.
Yeah,
Vermont
thank you, Ian.
beer.
The spear's great.
Yeah, this is fantastic. It's been fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Kelly, for being on. Yeah,
Yes. Thank you.
We hope to have you back here soon.
I would love to be back. It's been a lot of fun.
Give her a follow at Highway Toke L.
Highway to Kel.
Give me a follow at precisely_Bo.
Bew. Is that
Yeah.
how you say it? Bew?
Or Bo's_game room. And
Gamma.
Gamarom. Gamarom. And Tony's at precisely_Tony.
Make
Correct.
sure you absolutely type out underscore in all of these.
Yes. Thank you guys. Precisely.
We out.